So they'll be calling you a radical. So we're going to talk some Weber State football, and I'm trying to explain what I've been up to, what a lot of us have been up to around here, why, how, where we're at. And this is for Manny Gonzalez, who was the guru that ran the radio station after they sold the signal off for all those years. And I did the play-by-play here for years for football. First off, to the Weber State football players that are watching this, you guys are part of something incredibly special. This is way more than football. What I'm up to is way more than football. This is a cultural turnaround. This is the worst corrupt football program in the country, bar none. Win-loss record, Jody Sears, the most corrupt derelict ever. And by the way, Graybo ain't no better. How is he involved with this program? The hierarchy's still pretty corrupt. But as far as what Jay Hill has done here and you players, at what you've done here, it's absolutely incredible. So I've changed RASHID'S. And there's one of the tennis players, Johnny. So I'll explain what's going on around here so you know. And I'm going to send this to Manny. We got some hope, Manny. So the radio station was like the best investigative journalists in the state of Utah here. KWCR 88 The Beat for decades and decades and decades. I always helped out for decades and decades and decades, and there's been some incredible people with incredible shows, incredible work here for you. Well, they hate me around here, the activists. So they saw their opportunity when Kevin Blanche got leukemia. I got AML in 2011, given a death sentence. So I'm a little out of commission. I'm in a bone marrow transplant due to the top of LDS, fucking clinging to life. So I used to, when I'd get out in 2012 with the nurses, I'd come to the games, basketball, Mr. Lillard. And so first off, I've changed. I'm the one that named Rashid the San Diego Ogden Rocket. I used to call him 619 to 801 Rocket. He's the best kick returner in the country, bar none. And the only reason they say, oh, he was ranked 6th, no one will kick to him. They won't kick to him. So the U made the big mistake last night to kick to him. Oh, he makes him pay. He's that good. You know, my grandsons have got to be friends with him. And go figure. That's about par. And so he's something, so I've changed his name to Lightning. So I'm changing his name just Pure Lightning. So the U was not ready for Weber. I knew they wouldn't be. And so he breaks that run. What the hell? So he pops one. And they kick to him. I always say when I do the radio, and we've had to go rogue, don't kick to the rocket at your own perils. So he busts it. Talk about a Y up. Look at this freak. Huh? What? Huh? Nothing? I like your shirt. Miami Heat. That's a cool old shirt. Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah.
How about the Rocket busting that one, huh?
Yeah.
That was cool, huh?
It was.
They played good, I thought, didn't you?
Yeah.
Few mistakes, but I'm just shooting a video about the game last night when you pulled up. Just fine. So anyway, so I changed his name to Lightning. And so lightning storm rolls in right over the stadium. So when it rolls in over the stadium, Winningham got a reboot. Can you imagine being in that locker room? Oh, wait a minute. These guys are here to fucking play. First and goal. And by the way, Josh Davis was in. That was a fucking touchdown, you know. Still can't make a field goal. Their great field goal kicker gone. That's a soccer coach. So I want you players to understand. You're part of something incredible, special. Jay Hill. And Jay Hill, when he around here, don't even matter what he does from here, he already did it. So this was the most corrupt. I was standing right there when Bruce Hanley did the famous interview with Sports Illustrated when they come in here and called this the most corrupt, losingest program in the country, and they were going to kill it. And he says, what's the chance of it turning this Titanic around? Bruce Hanley, All-American who played here, who I worked for when we were the #1 school business in the United States. We're almost dead last now. From Ogden, born and raised Ogden. What's the chance to turn around? Snowball's chance in hell. So that's what I call Jay. This is much more than football. So I've been an activist on this campus for a long time, anti-nuclear. I taught here, blah, blah, blah. So they've been trying to kill KWCR 88.1.B for decades. Now that Kevin Blanch is around, fuck them. They took their chance. So they sold the Board of Regents, which are criminal derelicts. Now we like Brad Mortensen, it's here now. He's an ex-football player, quarterback from Rick's. They sold off the radio signal while I was in the bone marrow crimes. I come out, I was so sick. You know, I had a lot on my plate. Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. You know, I was so fucking pissed. Manny's pissed. Everybody's pissed. So while I'm gone, a few years before, somebody went inside the station. We used to have a legendary record club, and they just looted it. Just cleared it. There was nothing on the walls. There was nothing. They got their dream. But Manny Gonzalez was around, IT genius from Mexico. He redid the studio. He redid it, and he says, "Oh," and I'm like, "Manny, they want to take everything? Well, that's good. We don't have to watch our language anymore. I can say fuck all the fuck I want." Yeah. So he and I together, we built this program back. We were doing football as we documented this turnaround. I remember doing the game right there when I was full of cancer, sucked up, and I had my grandson with me, and he's a wild little monkey. And I, you know, politically, oh, he's a monkey, that boy. And I'll tell you, he's a monkey. He got loose down through the gate onto the track. The cheerleaders used to watch him like the mud dogs. Onto the field. I'm like, oh, gee. You know, one of the players picked him up. Teron Johnson himself. There's a picture of him holding him when he's a baby, but it was ugly around here. I mean, fucking ugly. So when Rocket's a superstar in the NFL, and I tell him, don't you fucking forget about me like Damian Lillard did. I supported Damian more than anyone on that radio show, more than anyone when I worked. I mean, I promoted him harder than anyone. Fuck, I knew what he was before he got here. I'd seen his fucking tapes. You know, he bought into Randy Ray's fucking boot camp. I mean, he probably would have scored 60 or 70 a game in another place. You know, I always used to wonder if it was going to cost him in the draft, but thank God it didn't. You know, it all worked out. You know, they lost a lot of games. The water's curse. So there's the parking Nazis. Oh, God, you want to talk criminal fuckhead. Somebody needs to take those pieces of shit on. So this is for Manny. Manny, we got good news. We got a new young woman. I met her today that's taking over the radio station. They got a new advisor, the whole new area, and she's from Jersey. I had a long conversation with her, you know, and so she's on it. Plus the video, Studio 76, they have a new young woman, long about digital copyright, about video, and they're going to break out a little bit. I said, why not document this turnaround? So first off, I've renamed the Rocket Lightning. He caused a lightning storm over that fucking stadium and in that stadium. Fuck, those fans were shitting down their pants. Kyle Whittingham went in and fucking... And I'll tell you what, the Achilles heel of the Utah Utes, Kyle Whittingham, he's a tough motherfucker. I mean a tough motherfucker. But he's a BYU guy, and their Achilles heel has always been, you know his style. Oh, he'll smash you in your face. That's the way he played, that's the way he coaches. Their Achilles heel has always been quarterback. How good was that fucking quarterback they got now last night, finally? Oh, they got a fucking quarterback. I think he's a fifth-year starter transfer, but... Oh. And so, but the score's not indicative of that game. Weber played fucking good. They made some, errors. So let's talk Josh Davis. He's from here. We love Josh. So, the same town Josh is from is a kid named Trevon Smith. Now, I talked to one of the football coaches the other day, and this is important because the team doctor saved me yesterday, and I mean saved me here at Weber. He's the clinic doctor at the hospital, and he always says, God, the legend, Kevin Blanch. He shows all the interns. Look at this fucking resume. I have AML de Novo OS. The golf course coach got it at the same time. He died. What a curse. Jay Hill's wife, she's a cancer survivor. Here the little girl was gathering up money for leukemia. I said, come here, let me show you that bracelet. Threw some money in her jar. Jay Hill's a fucking gem. Do not kid yourself. I'm not talking as a football coach per se, you know, but I do like his style. Local players, Trevon Smith. They're talking about putting McBride's name in there. Jamie Martin. Okay. Maybe 50th. He might make Weber State's top 50. Sure ain't the best. Bruce Hanley, Lee White. I worked for Bruce for years. He donated his brain. I spoke at his wake to the NFL, or the foundation that studies brain injury. So fuck the NCAA is my mantra. The NCAA exploits these players to no end. Give them mental health and physical health care for life. All NCAA athletes. Well, I'm for that for anybody who goes to fucking university. But for the student athlete, anybody that's associated with the NCAA, whether it be basketball, football, hockey, if the NCAA is involved, those looting, criminal, derelict motherfuckers that have ruined this beautiful sport, make them give back. They don't give any back. It's a one-way street. The taxpayer pays for the stadium. Taxpayer pays for the students. Taxpayer pays for fucking everything. And they just get all the profits. Your Chick-fil-A halftime field goal, ESPN fucking Home Depot fucking extra point. Fuck them. Give some money back. Give some money back. Mental health. So Trevon Smith, the all-time leading rusher in the history of that school. That's saying a lot. Even though it's corrupt, but we go all the way back Wildcat Morris from here, you know. How about Scott Shields? How good was that for? How about Jerome Johnson? There'll be maybe 5 or 6, 7, maybe 10 of these guys up in that ring before I'm done, before, 10 years from now. Oh, they're all that. It's a special fucking group that has done this. I was sitting here when Jay first took over. I told him he was crazy. I call him the snowball chant. This was the dirtiest, rottenest, corrupt football. Jody Sears, the worst football coach in fucking NCAA football history, college football history. And Graybill, not much better. I mean, I remember when Graybill used to routinely punt on third down. Oh, he's fucking pathetic. I can't believe he's still alive. So this is what I'm up to. So they sell the signal. Then we're doing the games digitally. Manny and I, well, they don't like it. Kevin Blanche saying, fuck. I says, let's use it to our advantage. We don't have to go by the rules anymore, the words you can't say, George Carlin. I can say fuck all the fuck I want. Fuck the NCAA. Oh, they didn't like it. So this is important because Weber State Athletics, Big Skies, give me a bunch of shit. I'm like, go fuck yourselves. I'm a taxpayer of the fucking Utah. I'm 7th generation here in Utah. Fucking, I've done more for this university probably than anybody in the history of this university. For free. I have the right to fucking video anything I want on this public university. It's a public fucking place. It's a public fucking place. It's a public place, and I'm a Utah State taxpayer. It's a state, so is Utah. So, yeah, boom, motherfuckers. So I'll send this to Manny. So I says, don't worry, Manny. These idiots that ran it for the last couple of years, they won't be here long. The whole COVID thing's been a mess, but I thought Weber played great last night. I know they did. Score's not indicative. And Utah's got a team. They always have a fucking team under Whittingham, but they can't win anything because he's a smash mouth guy. He's a defensive coordinator. He could, if Kyle Whittingham didn't coach the University of Utah, he'd probably be one of the great defensive coordinators in NFL history. Like when he played. Oh, he was a motherfucker. He's a beast. Do not kid you. He'll smash you in the fucking face. That's the one dude you don't want to fight. He reminds me of Trevon Smith. I knew Trevon good. Oh, you didn't want to fight that fucking dude. So Trevon Smith, the all-time leading rusher in the history, McBride just abused the fuck out of him. Just pound. He was a one-man fucking band. Mormon boy. Lived here. 4 fucking kids. He had a heart attack and stroke. Brain injuries. He got all fucked up. He was fucking something to deal with. He was a fucking beast. So the cops couldn't deal with him. Nobody can deal with him. He's down at the homeless shelter in Salt Lake. Born on 4th of July, 2019. Oh, they pick him up. You don't want to fight that fucking dude, I'm telling you. He's like winning that. Fuck, that old fucker. You don't want to fight that fucking guy. So, he gets into it with the jailers. And I've been told this firsthand. Jailers beat him to fucking death. Where was Weber State football then? The athletic department then? Where the fuck was the NCAA then? Their one-way fucking street. It's like Damian, I told Lillard, they never done anything for you here. When you fucking, the bookstore's not fucking the school, it's privately owned. Boy, they fucking had billboards. You know how many fucking jerseys they were selling a day, Damian Lillard, at fucking couple $100 a pop? They wouldn't mention his fucking name when he was here. I was the only one, the radio station. So, we're going to try to get it going again. They got my contacts, I got their contacts. And I got to show you this. So they had a big thing here today. There's Willy Wonka is their theme this year. I says, perfect fucking thing. You could be the one in the billion. One in the billion. You could be Damian Lillard. Okay. Who would want to be a billionaire when walking around with his fucking Adidas bodyguard? He's a commodity traded on the New York Stock Exchange. He used to talk to me all the time. He knows. He won't even look me in the eyes anymore. He's a commodity traded on the New York Stock Exchange to sell fucking cheap-made fucking slave gear. Billionaire fucking, it's pathetic. What? He's the golden ticket, okay. For every one Damian Lillard, there are fucking thousands of Trevon Smiths. Where the fuck's the NCAA there? Who's going to support these players? College athletics are important. Oh, they mean everything. So these players, they're a big part of something here. It's much more than football. And, you know, I shoot the videos and do what I did because we've had to. Kevin and Kevin, you know, between the two of us, we've been doing play-by-play at Weber State football for decades. So this is a great story. So when they played the Maine Bears, Black Bears here, I'm full of cancer. It's a night game. And I says, I probably shouldn't do it. Well, we'll put you in the booth. You'll be warming up. Okay. They put us in the fucking end zone in a night game. And it was, well, it can get cold here. You know, and I couldn't feel my fucking toes. The main guys they put up in the booth. That's how bad they hate KWCR 88.1 The Beat. We are the resistance. We always have been. Of the state of Utah. We're talking a powerhouse fucking league. The Board of fucking Regents wants to turn this to BYU. Fuck you. We're not Provo. Fuck you. We're not Salt Lake. And the Eccles can kiss my ass. They're Rice Eccles family. The Eccles family made their billions here in Ogden and run away. The fucking I knew Mariner personally. The great philanthropist Abraham Hunsaker IV, my fucking grandfather. They didn't believe in hairy wealth. I didn't get anything. They were fucking Mormon socialists. The you money? Fuck you, the Eccles heirs. I love Mariner. Look what they've done with their money. Both his son and daughter died of alcoholism. Campbell Eccles run the Ben Lomond Marinering. He left $1 billion endowment for the people of northern Utah for drug and alcohol and suicide prevention. Yet we have a suicide fucking off the hook. Nothing. I mean, there's no resistance here. That's why. You got me. The cop kill innocent people by fucking police brutality. Capital of the world. Oh, it's here. I invented the Million Mass March. It's called the Post-Ignorance March. John Anthony fucking joined in with his project. 7 million people on this fucking camp. It's an arguable fact. Long before Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter co-opted it. Fuck, turned it into what it is. What it is. But it was started on the no-knock warrant of Matthew Stewart right down the road. Yeah, and he's related to her. You know, a vet. I got some really great stories about 9/11 on this campus. They arrested 5 fucking students on this cast, but we don't have the radio show anymore, do we? We got as much in as we could. I told Manny, let's cram it in. Shows, just get it out there, and I'll YouTube as much as I can so it's there for research. So I thought they played great. They're good. And it's more than football. These players are part, and by this, hey, I changed your name, Rocket. Let me just call you the 619-801, the Rocket. I get my Soup Can Award because Soup Can was born here in Utah. I changed his name to Lightning. Oh, God. Careful with that left shoulder. So I'm in the hospital all day yesterday. This has been going on for years. You know, I had open heart surgery, my leukemia. If I make the 10-year mark, I'll be the first one. But the team doctor is my doctor. He's the head of the interns. He always says, look at his resume. Oh, the miracle, he calls me. The legend. I'll be the first one in the country to make the 10-year mark with this new treatment program with AML de novo with a marker this high to make the 10-year mark willingly without a bone marrow transplant. You know, Brian made 9 years, but he had a transplant. So I'm getting there. But I've been dealing with some serious issues. They're still hurting me. But I think he figured it out yesterday. He says, it's deep down inside. You got to keep your stretching going on. I've seen this, and he gave me the same injection, you know, because you know, he says, I think it's just a deep-rooted fucking muscle knot. It's just randomly on the left side, which gives us false readings on the heart. You know, and this has been discussed for a long time. He injected it yesterday. I had a few really bad days. I was hoping to beat a few. But I think it's incredibly important that players and people on this camp, this is way, way bigger than football. This is a cultural shift that is so important. And I'm saying this to Manny, and they might have knocked us down for a couple years. It's like Anonymous. You think it's fucking dead. You know, Trump derailed it. Trump sent it off the fucking rail. You know, everybody thought he was the counter. Fuck, what a liar he was. Oh, what about the deep state when he is the deep state wannabe? You know? And Obama, fuck. Until you realize politics ain't going to do it. Board of Regents ain't going to do it. Not even professors anymore. Students are going to do it. You know, what Jay's done here is legend. It's more than football. We'll stay at it. You know, we'll be here for the games, the home games. You know, and I thought Weaver played great. And so, well, no, they did. They played really great. That score's not indicative even. But Rashid, so this is for him. My grandsons were so excited last night. You know, we don't have a TV. So, important historic video. So we're not done. We just, you know, like the Taliban, had to go in the grass for 20 fucking years. It's been a long fucking wait. So I've renamed Rashid. His new name just plain Lightning. That's all, just Lightning. Not the San Diego Ogden Rocket anymore. And I'm the guy that named him Rocket Rashid when he was a freshman, right off the game. I was in San Diego doing that game. 6-0 against San Diego State. Everybody's laughing at Weaver. Weaver couldn't move the ball against that good San Diego State. I said, you know, as bad as they've played on offense, their defense has been lights out. Of course, I'll tell you what, if Adam Rodriguez was still here, they would have won. That dude, talk about the lights out. That's the best defensive player I ever saw in this field. Scott Shields, Adam Rodriguez. And so, that fucking good. He's the best. And I've been here fucking since the 60s, early 60s. I watched all these bad teams. You know, I watched a few good ones, Scott Shields. But I says, they're one kickoff away from winning this game. And it was on Rashid's birthday. God, I think it was his 18th birthday. He was that young. He's from San Diego. You know, I've lived there half my life too, but I'm born and raised Ogden. I'm just like, there he goes. He's headed to Tijuana. Phantom flag. So, anyway, I was impressed. But I'm more impressed with culturally. These are a lot of local players. There are a lot of great fucking... It's not like it used to be up here. And Ogdenites who turned their back on this program, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for turning your back on this program. It was that dirty. Ask the NCAA. Sex for grades. No local players. Fucking... So, I was impressed. Finally, I was impressed with the Utah quarterback. How good did that dude look last night? But, you know, lightning caused a lightning storm, boy. Outside the stadium and in the locker room. And Winningham's like, woo, thank you, we got a delay. So this is important for people to understand. I ran this radio station. I was part of this gig for many. I didn't plan on still being here. You know, I'm born and raised here, but something happened on the way. I got leukemia in 2011. I was given too much to live. So thank you to the team doctor. God saved me. I was so fucking... I mean, I felt really like when they split my chest open on my open heart surgery. You know, the chemo wore at my valve. Unsurvivable disease I have. It's been a hell of a battle for 10 years. You know, kind of like this. Talk about a fucking snowball's chance in hell. I was very impressed with these guys. I'm really impressed every time I talk to any of them. I've gotten to know them, football and basketball, and so they played great. So, tear down our signal. Well, we have to roll with the punches, don't we? We'll be here at the home game against James Madison. That should be a fucking exciting game. But I want all you players to know that's what we're up to. That's why we've had to shoot videos. That Hail Mary, Randall Johnson. By the way, the interception when Randall Johnson come in was not his fault, Jay. Fucking hit the receiver right in the hands, and you know, Weaver dropped a touchdown pass wide open. Unlike Weaver, Josh had a fumble. Unlike them, you know, they don't do stuff like that. And that's okay. That's okay. They'll win the games that count. Let's break this. What a fucking curse. This curse has laid over this fucking university for decades. Ask Damian Lillard, head by 20 points at halftime in the Big Sky Championship game, and loses. That's enough of that fucking shit. Let's turn this fucking boat around, which he already has. So, Lightning's his new name. Long video, but it had to be done. Stay tuned in.